Okay, so one thing that really makes a good putter is to have a good, consistent, and repeatable setup. A pre-swing routine, and you want to keep the putting stroke as simple as possible. So one thought. So something that I really like to help build consistency is I'll usually have my students, and you can always alter this, however you feel need, whatever is more comfortable for you. But I'll usually have my students, obviously read the putt once from behind the ball, read it from behind the hole looking at the ball. Now once you've determined the line and you have a good pace set in mind, I want you to come behind the ball and just pick a spot on that line about 3 inches in the ball. From there, I'll have you step into the shot, set your club facing, hitting at that mark that you pick in front of the ball. Set your stance, set your ball position, and then for the one swing thought, I just want you to think of pace, and then hit it at that mark 3 inches in front of the ball. So I'll kind of go ahead. Let's see. Just try it out, see, and let me know what you think. Okay. So find your spot 3 inches in front of the ball and set your eyes on it. All right. Once you found it, come in and set your putter face. All right, setup looks good, ball position looks great. Think of pace and then roll it over that 3-inch mark, and let's see. Real good, real good. So that's something, practice that, build the consistency. The more you do it, the better you get at it, and it'll really transfer over to the golf game, and hopefully lower some scores and help you make some more putts. So real good, Derek. All right, so a big key to hitting effective short game shots around the green is a proper setup, and then we'll talk about club bounce, kind of how that interacts with the ground and the ball. So go ahead for me and just set up like you would hit any old shot. And actually, I'll have you hit 2 shots for me. Just standard, whatever you feel comfortable with. Shot. Two really good ones. Hit me one more. Good. So let me set up one more ball, and I just want you to go ahead and set up to it just how you previously did. So one thing I want to change in your setup is just get a little wider at the base. Just kind of get a little wider, a nice athletic stance, not so not so tense and close. All right, that looks good. Now let's get that weight favoring that left side. Weight favoring the left side, and I want you to really feel contact first, and during the swing, kind of what we talked about before, but make sure you don't break down the wrist. Make sure you're keeping this a nice tight swing, ball first. Good. Great shot. How'd that feel?
It felt pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Can't complain.
Good shot. No, not all those are tap-ins. But great shot. But yeah, just, the big thing around the greens and hitting, those nice, consistent shots, maybe get a little wider base, lower body, quiet, just wider base for stability. Weight favoring the left side, so you're ensuring ball first contact, and you're using the bounce of the club to get the ball in the air. You're not sticking it down in the mud.
Right.
So overall, good job. Good shot, Derek. All right, Derek. So go ahead and just hit two or three balls for me, and we'll take a look at something. not bad. So the key to really hitting, a good shot out of the bunker, it really starts with the foundation. So before you can even think about, I want to hit a low running shot or I want to hit a high, spinny shot, it really all starts out with your setup. Kind of helps dictate a lot of that. So I want you to go ahead and set up for me one more time. Just set up to that shot, but don't swing. All right, so what I like to see is kind of a little bit of a wider base. Let's get a little wider out here, and stance is slightly open. I like it, and the trick with bunker shots, in swing is you want to keep your lower body as quiet as possible. I try to think keeping the lower body quiet, and then for contact purposes, try and keep that backswing short.
Okay.
So you want a short, minimal movement, short, and then accelerating through the ball. You want that nice kind of that splash in the sand. So, hand position looks great, grip looks fine. You got a wider base now, so the setup looks fine.
Okay.
Ball position is fine. So let's think of that. Let's think of short, backswing, and then accelerate through the ball.
Okay.
Oh yeah, good shot. Came out a lot softer. Let's do one more. Good one. Little pulled, but overall pretty good. But yeah, you just kind of want to focus on setup, because that's really important with any golf shot. As you know. So yeah, just kind of work on the setup, and those swing thoughts are great swing thoughts that'll definitely help you improve around the greens and out of the bunker. So good
Okay.
job.
Thank you.
So I know you had talked about in the lesson opening, some areas you want to improve that you felt you kind of struggled in. Were kind of some setup, some simple things, ball position, weight distribution, some swing thoughts throughout the full swing.
Yeah.
The first thing I noticed was the grip. Grip looked really good. Real. Fairly neutral grip, slight strong left hand. So overall that looked real good. I don't want to change anything with the grip. But if you want to go ahead and step to the ball, I'll kind of show you. So for your irons, you usually like to keep it pretty neutral.
Yeah, maybe just slightly ahead of middle, if anything.
Yeah, slightly ahead. Yeah, I like it. Where's your weight, would you say?
About 50-50.
Oh, 50-50.
Yes.
Okay. You feel like sometimes like at finish that you get back to your left side, or you kind of stay back?
No,
and kind of get stuck.
A lot of times what happens is I don't get enough weight to my right side going back,
Okay.
and so when I come through, a lot of times I fall back
So you
on it.
don't load up and get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, overall, I think most of that looks good. One thing that I will say though is real important, especially when you talk about contact and building consistency, is you want to stay real connected in the upper body. So, real quick, I'm going to give you a towel that I want you to put across your chest.
Okay.
And you're going to hold it as such. And I just want you to take golf swings, but I really want you to feel that right arm staying connected and not letting it get out here and chicken wing. I think that might help eliminate some of the big cuts and slices and stuff. So, all right. And just hit one or two balls for me. And just a nice, nice short. That's okay. Hit you one more. That's all right. I mean that's something you can take to the range. Obviously it'll take a little bit to get used to, but the more you do it, you'll start to notice the big difference in contact. So
Okay.
real good. All right, Derek. So in the lesson opening, you kind of mentioned how one of the areas you struggled on while playing was kind of some trouble shots. So specifically, you mentioned like punch shots under the trees, and then some different kind of bunker shots and stuff. So what we have here is we just have a typical standard punch shot. The object here, obviously you want to keep it under the branches, but just kind of hit a shot that'll hit and then roll out and carry up on the green. The goal here, you're really not thinking about, oh man, I got to get this close. You're just kind of thinking, let me get this on the green, let me two-putt it and get out of here with my par. If I make birdie, great. So I got you set up here. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop a ball right here in the rough. All right, so the setup for this one, I want you to just take your normal setup for now, your normal full swing setup, and I really want you to move this ball back in your stance.
Okay.
So ball forward, we're gonna move our weight a little more to our left side.
Okay.
So weight on the left side, you really want to be able, head in front of the ball, you really want to be able to see the club face.
Okay.
Now that we have you put in the right position, I really want you to think to keep this ball low. I want you to think about exiting low. I don't want you to think about full swing and finishing high. That's where we're going to get a lot of height. You're going to end up hitting the tree branch. But I want you to think low exit, keep it low, and let it run up onto the green.
Okay.
So again, just going for the middle of the green. So let's see one real quick. Just a little left, or just a little right, I mean. And we'll get you to hit one more. Okay? That's all right. So first one was probably the best one. Just pushed it a little bit. But overall, I mean, you got the height that you were trying to achieve. We'll just work on direction a little bit. But overall, really good setup and really good changes.